Alright, so I've got everything set up, ready, primed, and basically ready to spray. So I can show you the setup here. So what I've basically done is I've taken the 5-gallon bucket. It's primer at the moment because everything is very bare right now, so I want to prime it, kind of try to seal in all of the damage and like stains and whatnot. So I want to prime it first to kind of make it nice and smooth as much as I can. So I've got 2 5-gallon buckets of this primer, and what I've basically done is I've taken the main hose, which is the intake hose. I've put it in there first, and then basically put it into prime mode. So push this lever down, and then also push in this button here, which is basically releasing a ball inside, and that set the entire thing into priming mode. You also need to change the pressure down to the basically start where it says. So that's the priming pressure, which is the lowest. Well, medium lowest. It's not the lowest, which is the roller setting. But once that's all set, you can hit the power on switch. It'll start sucking paint through the big pipe into the machine, and then out of the small pipe, which would be in your waste bucket here, which I've got. It's just a waste finished mud bucket, so any bucket will work for the waste material. So let it just drain out for a few seconds, which will take out any other moisture or any of the pump protection liquid you have in there or anything like that, until you start getting pure paint. Then you can just flip this lever back up into this position, and that will basically stop the primer and start pushing paint through the pipe into your gun. So here's my gun setup. I've got my old gun. I hooked it up with a new pipe and new machine with my 180-degree swivel here, and then I've got a 415, true 415 tip on there with the new head as well, because my old plastic one broke. So that's the whole setup. And then what you want to do once the machine stops priming it through the pipe, filling the pipe and pressurizing it, you want to either take out the nozzle or turn the tip to the unclogged position. So just turn it 180 degrees from what it is right now, and then put it in your waste bucket and squeeze the trigger. And what that will do, it will start, again, it will take out any other liquids that are in the pipe, in the line, until you start getting clear paint, or primer as in my case. Once that's good, your gun is ready and primed, the machine is ready and primed. Then what you want to do is set the pressure. I've got it up to like 3/4 of the way from start to full pressure. I think that's going to give me good results. If not, I can just adjust the pressure as needed. And then I gave it like a little test run right there to just make sure everything's working, and it seems okay. I didn't even hold it at a proper angle. It was just a test if the paint is coming out. So the machine's completely ready to go and set up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to set you guys up somewhere in a corner or something, and then I'm going to paint one wall, let you guys see that, and then once I'm done with that, I will show you a close-up of how it painted. So I'm kind of suited up and ready to go here. I've got my full body suit on. I've got a mask, full mask with respirator and everything. So you want to get everything all good and set up. I've got everything covered, any paint splatter. The lights are okay because I'll be changing those anyways. Everything else I've kind of covered up and it's good to go. So let's get to the first wall that I'm going to start at, and I'll show you guys exactly how this thing works. So see you later. So here is the wall that I'm going to be painting as a test to show you guys. I might just do like this portion here or something, just so you guys can see. I'm going to set you up at this angle somewhere over here, and hopefully that will be a good view. for sure to show you guys what I'm doing. I'm basically holding it at about 12 inches from the wall, right about there, and I am trying to overlap half of the spray. So this is 8-inch spray, so I'm trying to overlap 4 inches. You guys can see that it's getting a good coat, even coat on the entire surface here, and so it's covering up most of the problems in the wall. There's a lot of holes that have been made. And covering up those would be a little tough. So I'm just going to leave them there for now and show you guys the rest of the wall and see the outcome from there. I normally like to hold the gun with 2 hands just because it helps me guide it. So I'm doing it with 1 hand and holding the camera here. It's a little tough, but hopefully it'll show you guys. You can kind of hear the flow. It makes a really loud hissing sound, and then it slowly dies down for a little bit and then comes back. That is the pump replenishing any pressure that you've already released. So you'll hear it go up and down, and that's kind of what we want. That's how we know that it's pumping more paint as we're spraying. And this is looking really good. This is primer, so it'll probably dry really dull. Right now it's wet, so it's shiny, but you can kind of see the finish that it's giving. It's a really nice, even finish, and I'm actually fairly happy with that. So the machine is kind of doing what I'm expecting it to do. Everything is turning out very well. Hopefully that kind of gives you an insight of this machine. So I'm going to put it in lock while I do an outro for this video. That's kind of keeping it from pressing the trigger on accident while I have the trigger set down. I don't want it to spray everything. But yeah, that's basically the rundown on this machine and an example of how it sprays. It's actually looking really well, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to continue spraying down the entire house with primer, and I'll be letting that dry for a day, and then I'll recoat it with my paint layer, which is also going to be white, but it'll be a little bit better once the primer does its job and washes stains and whatnot. You can kind of see here, there's a little bit of darker spot. Maybe I missed it. You want to try to be even in your coats. Try to overlap equally throughout the entire thing. So it's okay up top, looks good, but down here there's a little bit of those dark spots because I was trying to one-hand it. I like to hold the nozzle area with 1 hand and then hold the trigger with the other. That way I can kind of guide the nozzle exactly where I want it. But yeah, hopefully that gave you guys a good overview of this machine and how it performs and what's included in the box. Hopefully that helps. But yeah, that's all that I've got for this video. Leave any pro tips if you guys have any to help the rest of the viewers, for those of you that are paint professionals. And hopefully I didn't make any severe mistake, but if I did, please leave it down in the comment section below so I know and I can learn from that. Further improving my results. And that's it for this one. Don't forget to subscribe and give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one.